be interacting with my cards. I want to be doing deep spiritual work. I want to be tapping into the joy of the art and the cosmos. Spirit alert! Help! I've fallen and I can't get up. Hello, Tarot family. April here on Tarot and Witchery, and today I want to talk about something that I've been mulling over for a while. I've really gotten into a space that I don't like, and I want to kind of share my thought process on this and some of the decisions that I've come to regarding my decks, deck collecting, deck library, and my own personal path as far as magic and the slippery path of consumerism. Sorry. So buckle up. This is going to be a weird one. Okay. So this is probably going to be a little bit rambly. Might be the type of thing that you want to listen to while you're doing dishes or something like that. Treat this more like a podcast. I've just reached kind of a breaking point. Maybe not breaking. I'm not breaking. I'm like a point where I know I need to pivot. I need to shift. You know, there's a point where, you know, you can step forward and then you can actually pivot on your foot and just make a slight adjustment that really makes a difference. Okay, let me go back in time a little bit. So in July, I did not read tarot. I was just feeling so overwhelmed. Just like it had become something that I didn't like, a behemoth, actually more like a leviathan that was constantly wanting to be fed, you know? Oh, maybe that's it. Little Shop of Horrors. Feed me, Seymour, feed me. And, you know, you never want to feel like that with your cards. You want to feel like it's a joy. So I started out by being like, okay, I'm just gonna take the month off. I'm not gonna read unless I feel completely inspired to do so. And I'm just not gonna make it a thing. I'm gonna allow myself to live more experientially in life and to just enjoy myself. What happened for me is I would come into my room and it was just completely thrashed. It had just gotten to where this was not a place that I wanted to be, and it was out of control. So I have completely redone this and I've taken some footage, and I promise you I will have a video tour up and I will talk about what I did to my room to make it better. And I thought that was it. I thought that's what I needed to do. And as I went in here and started to really go through everything, I realized that was not the problem. The problem was actually multi-layered. This was just sort of a symptom of what was going on with me. So I really just allowed myself to feel it, to give myself the space to pull the emotional thread and to see what comes up, see what comes out of it. Flash forward as I'm finishing up my room and getting things together, I find that I have all of these decks that I haven't gotten to, they're brand new and I love them, but I just really haven't had a chance to get to know them the way that I want to get to know them. So I counted 17 tarot decks that I don't really know. Some of which I haven't even really cracked open. Like they're still in order. I mean, some of them I just got, and I'll show you some of those here in a little bit. And that to me was kind of disturbing. So I started, again, pulling that emotional thread and asking myself, what's going on here? What am I feeling? I don't want to get soured on this. I don't want to get soured on tarot and oracle. I love this form of divination and I don't want to be soured on it. I want to be in sync with it. I want it to be my love, a joy, something that's a part of my life that's intrinsic to who I am and feels great. So then Marlena put out a video, and I will link this video down below. Such a good video, you guys. And it was on consumerism. What Marlena said in there was wonderful. Oh, I better put this caveat in there, you guys. This is just my experience and my opinions about my life and my own observations of self and my changing view of who I want to be and how I want to embody myself. So do not think that what I'm saying is somehow the gospel. It's just my process, and I'm here processing with you. You can take it or leave it. So please, you don't have to defend your position on your tarot collection / library or lack thereof. But basically, Arlena's video was so beautiful in that she said, don't have guilt for whichever way you're going. Allow yourself to do your process and have it your way and enjoy that. And I really encourage you to listen to the video because that's oversimplifying what she said. But it really had me think about, what are the ways that maybe I'm hemming myself in a little bit or placing undue burden on myself. And why am I doing that? Why am I still purchasing when I haven't used these decks? And I've been okay with this for a while. It's really been okay for me. Here's the skinny. What I have found is that I have become a bit of a junkie. Bottom line for me is I have allowed myself to become strung out on consumerism. And for me, what that looks like and what I see happening for myself is that, and I was saying this when I was on Julie's channel, on Peekaboo Rose's channel, and did my live, and she asked me about shopping, and I said, I don't really shop. That's not true. I thought about that later, and I thought, I don't necessarily buy, but I shop, which is really weird. So I'll find myself online hunting for something, like shopping for something. Now, Sagittarius is my moon sign, so that's my emotional self. And I find myself hunting for something, and there's a certain amount of emotional satisfaction in that. And so I was really looking at this because I will look and look and look at tarot decks. My inner being is screaming, no more, stop, stop. And so I had to look at this. I'm like, what is going on with me that I keep spending copious amounts of time shopping for decks when I could be spending time with all of this, all of my books, all of my wonderful art that I have, or out on the land. And there's just a million things I could be doing other than staring at a screen and dreaming about acquiring something or looking for something to acquire. And it comes down to this for me, that I'm at a point in my life where I'm ready to up level. I'm ready to embody myself in a more responsible way and to really move into my business and working with my intuition, working with clients and creating. And there's a part of me that has a fear of failure. And so, which is very common for me. I have fear of failure and fear of success. I had an upbringing where I had a parent who was overly critical, and it really didn't matter how well I did on something, you could always do a little better. And I could always count on that parent to kind of be this little black rain cloud. And so for years, I've been trying to decondition myself not to do that, not to have that negative Nelly in the back of my mind telling me how I'm going to fail at something. However, I realize that for myself, when I get to this point, I can get to where I am doing anything to distract myself from moving forward into creating or being successful because I'm afraid that I will fail. And so for me, deck purchasing has become something that is my distraction. It is what there's a couple things, and I'm going to talk about that. It has become just icky. Not what I want it to be, not who I want to be, not what I want to be doing with myself or my time. I want to be stepping up into myself. I want to be creating. I want to be doing that course. I want to be working on that book. I want to be traveling more. I want to be hiking more. I want to be exercising more. I want to be experiencing life, not avoiding it, not avoiding it. So it's just gotten to me, like I could feel my spirit screaming. Ah! And I do feel like the spirit alert system is online saying, okay, enough is enough, April. You need to set up some boundaries for yourself so that you can move into the prosperity of wholeness. I know that for me, I have to go on a no-buy. So for me, I am going on a no-buy from here through October. Except this is my one thing, is I will be in Spain in October, and I'm going to buy a couple decks when I'm there because I want to have that from my travels. So I'm going on a no buy because I need to stop shopping for decks. So no buy on decks, but honestly, unless it's linked to my trip and I absolutely need it, just no buy, period. Like just groceries and gas, no buy, no shopping at all. And then the other thing that I have found that is something else that I do is that I dive into Tarot Tube. And it's interesting because it's not like hours on end. It's like I'm passing my phone and I pick it up and then I'm on there for 20 minutes, 6 times a day. I'm going to be limiting my screen time and I'm going to be like very serious about it. And the reason for that is I wanted to share this because my mind has become overly chattery. I'm having to where my mind is constantly yakking at me. There is no radio silence up here. None. It's just constant scenarios, constant thinking about this or that, constant list making. And I know for me, it's that I'm overstimulated. I need to reground. I need to reset. I need to come back to myself in a way that is so much more wholesome. And so I need to unplug from the screen. So I'm going to be still making my videos once a week at least, and I will still be coming on some lives. That's kind of a joy and super fun with interacting with other people. However, I'm really going to be dialing back the amount of screen time that I allow myself to have. And I haven't decided exactly how much, but I think it's probably going to be an hour a day. Yeah. I need to do this. I need to unplug. I need to get back to myself. And as the light is dying right now, it's the perfect time to make that descent into myself, to really allow myself to get free from the chatter. Is anybody else out there feeling that? And of course, it's Virgo season, you guys. It's Virgo season. So it's a perfect time to get ordered, to allow myself to get ordered, to allow myself to create new routines, new habits. So we've got Virgo and Libra season here. It's just a great time. And then I'm hoping as I dive into Scorpio season, which will be the end of my Spain trip, that I will have really discovered some great things about myself. My hope is that I'm going to spend time with these decks that I've been talking about. Diving into my runes, diving into creating in my book of shadows, diving into my tarot book of shadows. I mean, I've barely done anything with that. I've been wanting to do a book for my kids, like a mother's sort of journal, and I bought the journal. Like I have it. I just need to do it. Like it actually has like questions on there. You just got to fill it out. I mean to make this dive into this because the biggest thing that I find for myself that is happening as a result of all of the distraction that I'm engaging in is that when I need to have self-control, I don't, because I'm living on such a short attention span and an instant gratification mindset instead of long-term gratification. So, wondering what you think about this. I know this is odd and kind of a weird video here to put up, but yeah, I'm going to kind of chat a little bit more. I'm going to put the camera over the table and I'm going to show you some of the decks that I want to get to. Here's the crazy stack we're going to look at. All right, starting off with the Vortex Tarot. I have read with this and pulled cards and used this, but I want to go deep with it. I absolutely love the art on it and it is amazing. So yes, the Vortex Tarot, the Hush Tarot. I feel like this is perfect for the fall and I'm looking forward to kind of working with this and getting to know it. I'm hoping that that's when I feel drawn to it. I got this. I bought this used off Diane Jarecki, and so it's kind of special because it has her vibe on it, but I want to get to know it, right? Now, this I am currently getting ready to work with. This is the Outgrow Yourself Tarot. I had to buy a marker. I do not know the Thoth meanings enough. So I will be working on this and I'm doing a before you buy on this one. So this is currently getting ready to happen. I'm going to be working on this today. The Dark Grimoire Tarot. I have barely used this. I want to play with it. I want to figure out where it fits in my collection. Very different art. The Somnia Tarot. I bought this so long ago and I've pulled cards from this, but this deck wants me to spend some time with it and find out where it fits in my collection. Brand new, haven't even had a chance to do anything but look at the cards and not even sit down and go one by one very quickly. The Textured Tarot here. It is, from an art standpoint, I just appreciate this art so much and I love collage decks. I'm looking forward to getting to know the Textured Tarot. Let me know down below if you have any of these decks and if you love them. Intuitive Night Goddess. I have spent very little time with this, but I want to. I really want to. Tarot de Carlotides. It's kind of the deck that I'm really into right now, and I just can't resist pulling it out for you because it's so beautiful. And I can tell if you're a riffle shuffler that this is going to shuffle like a dream. If you can see, the cards are just a little bit longer and narrower, and I love that. I just love that about it. Look at this card here, you guys, with the unicorns. Look at that. The 5 of Wands. Oh, love it. I mean, I'm so smitten with this deck. But again, I want to really make it mine. I want it to be my deck, and it's not yet. I want to be able to pick this up and feel, you know, like I do about so many of the other decks that I have. Trash Panda, you guys. I love this deck. It's so cute and so fun. And again, I want to spend some time with this. I love this one, you guys. The Ace of Wands, like anything goes, like they're asleep. And he's like in there. Look, there's another one right there. They're like roasting marshmallows by the fire while the campers sleep. This deck, honestly, this deck is so good and so thoughtful. I just want to take some time and really get to know it. Finally received this. This is a Kickstarter. Tarot of the Unfolding Path. I have to say I hate this box. But the deck is beautiful. It's so very thoughtful. I already have a pairing for it, and I look forward to really diving into this and getting to know it. Tarot of the Cat People. The art on this is so intriguing, you guys. Who has Tarot of the Cat People? Let me know down below. I want to get to know you, Tarot of the Cat People. The Illustrated Fox Tarot. Now, I bought this on a pre-order, and it has the different Myers-Briggs on there. It also has the astrological signs going on in it. It's got, like, this is waning gibbous, so it's got so much information going on in this, and I look forward to really using this and figuring out just how I can press out divination-wise with this. Can I use it for astrology? Can I use it for runes? You know, how can I really dive in and make the most of this? And it's a black and white deck, so I'm really excited to get to know this deck. But again, spent little to no time with this. Lastly, putting this up here, which is the Stolen Child Tarot. And I had talked about this on Julie's channel, but I definitely am taking a break. I'm not going to try. I was trying to get to know this, and then I thought I'm just not grooving with it right now. So I will leave this alone and come back to it so that I can enjoy it. The art is so phenomenal. It really, really is. These are the extra cards. God, they're so beautiful. But, you know, I want to give this the time that it deserves. I want to really get to know it. And, you know, for me, it's also like, why would I spend money on this if I'm not going to use it? I'm totally into collecting for collecting's sake. I have decks. Oh my gosh, I didn't even bring it over here, you guys. I forgot, but I have 2 more. The SKT, I have not delved into that. I've just gone through it and looked at it. I felt very overwhelmed by it, and I want to, like, kind of do it in the winter. Like maybe Sylvain, maybe you and I don't know if you have this one. Anyway, maybe in the winter for that one. And then the Triomphe de la Luna Illustrated. I have barely spent any time with that, and I have 3 colors of it, you guys. Okay, that's so stupid. That's absolutely stupid. It's not like I'm Antoinette, and that's like I'm Tony over at Antoinette's, oh my gosh, Antoinette, I don't know the name of your channel. It's Jewelry and Divine Tarot, I think. Anyway, it's not like I'm her where, you know, oh my gosh, she's put out a new deck and it's totally going to work for me because this is what I work with. I need to get down to the freaking business of reading my cards again. And I think it was Joseph Campbell. Who knows this one? I think it was Joseph Campbell who talked about re-enchanting your world. And I think I need to move back into re-enchanting myself with the tarot and get away from that feeling like I've fallen and I can't get up and I'm just stuck there, you know? Yeah. So that's kind of it for me. I'm letting you know because it's a little bit of accountability here. Dear friends, dear TarotTube family, I just want to say this right now. I'm going to want to try to reach out and connect with you as real human beings. It's like more real time would be great to have together, more working on tarot together if that's something that you're interested in doing. I feel for me that this consumerism, like for me, I just feel like coming to terms with this has been so difficult and important for me to do. And it's not like I've been languishing in this, but it's been since July that I've just felt like something's off. I'm not in love with tarot the way that I want to be. It's become something that's drudgery, and I want to be interacting with my cards. I want to be doing deep spiritual work. I want to be tapping into the joy of the art and the cosmos. I want to be finding ways to really integrate this more into my magical practice. My magical practice, it's really kind of meh right now. Really meh. And so it's perfect. I'm descending into the dark time of the year. This is the time of the year that I come alive, you guys. I mean, give me winter solstice. Dark, 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 dark. So I'm ready to be reborn. I'm ready to find out what this means for me. I'm ready to put aside some of this, and I'm going to probably share with you maybe some of the internal screaming that's going along. So boom, I've blown up Kickstarter. I've taken the Kickstarter app off my phone so that I'm not perusing it. I'm going to rescind some of my pre-orders on Amazon. You know, that's the other side of this, you guys, is I started thinking as an environmentalist, because I've been having this existential crisis all year long about my consumption and gas and just like the environment. Like, how much damage am I doing with all the shipping that I'm doing all the time, this random shipping? Could I be saving for retirement instead of this? Could I be buying trees? Could I be putting toilets in third world countries? Could I be, the list goes on and on and on, instead of kind of this vortex, this eddy, this energetic eddy that I found myself spinning around like I'm circling the drain. Anyway, very long-winded. If you made it to the end, then go ahead and leave me a rainbow emoji below, and then an emoji that says something about what makes you happy. That sounds fun. Yeah, let's do that. And until we meet again, may you have the strength to buy the decks that you want to, if that's what's right for you, to say no if that's what's right for you, and to always be happy, pleasantly content with what you already have. Ah, shit.